Welcome back, brave souls. Prepare to be plunged into the darkest corners of the human psyche as we bring you the most spine-tingling, scary stories ever told. As you listen to our narrations, you'll feel the chill of the unknown and the fear of the unseen lurking just beyond the shadows. But beware, for once you enter this realm of terror, there's no turning back. Each tale will beckon you further into the depths of darkness. So, if you're brave enough to confront your deepest fears, then hit that subscribe button and join our ever-growing community of dark and mysterious enthusiasts. Now, on to the show. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. The sinister circus smiled. In a forgotten corner of a sleepy town, a dilapidated circus tent stood, weathered and worn. Its faded red and white stripes seemed to whisper tales of long-lost laughter and spectacles that once dazzled the night. Locals spoke of the sinister aura that surrounded the circus, warning each other to stay away from its decaying grounds. Yet, curiosity often triumphed over fear, and on one moonless night, a group of adventurous teenagers decided to explore the cursed carnival. Amidst the eerie mist that clung to the air, the teens cautiously entered the tent. The flickering lantern they carried cast unsettling shadows on the frayed canvas walls. The scent of musty hay mixed with a faint metallic tang filled their senses, making their skin crawl. The distant echoes of laughter and applause seemed to bounce off the walls, a haunting reminder of the circus's former glory. In the center of the tent, a spotlight suddenly illuminated a wooden stage. A figure appeared under the harsh light, its grotesque features becoming painfully clear. A clown with a twisted smile painted across its chalk-white face. Its eyes, devoid of warmth or humanity, glowed like two malevolent orbs in the dim light. As if drawn by an invisible force, the teens found themselves unable to look away from the clown. Its lips curved into an unsettling grin that seemed to stretch impossibly wider with each passing moment. Its movements were unnatural, like a marionette controlled by an unseen puppeteer. The air grew colder, and the very atmosphere seemed to thicken with a sense of impending doom. A low, haunting melody began to fill the air, emanating from an old music box placed at the clown's feet. The teens felt a chilling dread settle in their chests as the discordant tune wrapped around their minds, clouding their thoughts and leaving them paralyzed. One by one, the teenagers felt an overwhelming urge to step onto the stage. They stumbled forward, their movements sluggish and unsteady. The clown's smile seemed to grow impossibly wider, as if feeding on their fear and vulnerability. Its eyes bore into their souls, trapping them in a nightmarish trance. As the teens stood before the clown, their minds began to unravel. Memories twisted and distorted, and their identities began to blur into a grotesque collage of pain and horror. The clown's laughter, a haunting cacophony of shrill, deranged glee, echoed through the tent, drowning out their feeble cries for help. Time lost all meaning as the teens became ensnared in the clown's malevolent grip. Days turned into nights, and their sanity unraveled like frayed threads. Their eyes took on the same vacant, soulless gaze as the clown's, and their bodies danced to the nightmarish melody, limbs contorting in unnatural ways. The townspeople noticed the disappearances, but their warnings went unheard. It was as if the circus had ensnared the entire town in its malevolent grasp. No one dared to venture near the cursed tent, the sinister clown's laughter serving as a chilling reminder of the horrors that lurked within. And so, the forgotten circus continued to cast its shadow over the town, its curse perpetuating as the twisted clown claimed more victims, each one adding to the haunting chorus of lost souls trapped within its decaying walls. The sinister circus smile would forever be etched into the town's history as a grim reminder of the darkness that could consume even the bravest of hearts. The Abyssal Carousel. As the sun dipped beneath the horizon, casting eerie shadows across the carnival grounds, a sense of anticipation hung heavy in the air. The annual fall carnival had arrived, and with it, the infamous attraction known only as the Abyssal Carousel. Whispers of its spine-chilling reputation spread like wildfire among the townsfolk, yet each year, a daring few were drawn to its enigmatic allure. Eva, a thrill-seeker with a penchant for the macabre, had heard tales of the Abyssal Carousel and could not resist its sinister call. Clad in a leather jacket and combat boots, she strode purposefully towards the ominous tent that housed the ride. Its entrance was framed by twisted wrought iron, the rusted bars casting elongated shadows that seemed to reach out like skeletal fingers. The interior of the tent was a cavern of darkness, punctuated by the dim glow of flickering lanterns. The air was thick with an unsettling dampness, and a low, haunting melody played on loop, each note sending shivers down Eva's spine. She purchased a ticket from the masked ticket vendor, whose hollow eyes seemed to pierce her very soul. Eva stepped onto the platform, where an antique carousel waited. The horses were not your typical fairground steeds. Their eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, and their skeletal forms were adorned with cracked and peeling paint. She chose a horse near the back, the one with the deepest shade of crimson and an ornate saddle that seemed out of place amidst the eerie atmosphere. As the carousel began to turn, the world around Eva melted away. The lanterns cast eerie shadows that danced along the walls, their movements mirroring the sinister ballet of the ride. The haunting melody grew louder, each note punctuated by a chorus of haunting whispers that seemed to echo through the very fabric of reality. Eva's heart raced as the carousel picked up speed, the wind whipping through her hair and chilling her to the bone. The world became a blur of distorted shapes and twisted images, a nightmarish collage of forgotten memories and forbidden desires. She tried to close her eyes, to shut out the terror that surrounded her. But an unseen force held her gaze fixed upon the macabre tableau. The horse's eyes glowed brighter, casting an otherworldly light that revealed the true nature of the ride. The figures on the carousel were not just lifeless horses. They were grotesque amalgamations of human and animal forms, frozen in agonizing poses of despair. Their twisted limbs and contorted expressions told stories of tortured souls trapped within the eternal cycle of the carousel. Eva's screams were drowned out by the cacophony of anguished wails that echoed through the tent. She tried to dismount, but the ornate saddle had fused with her clothing, binding her to the monstrous creation. Panic surged through her veins as the carousel spun faster and faster, its maddening rhythm becoming a hypnotic trance. Time lost all meaning as the ride spiraled deeper into the abyss. Eva's mind fractured, her sense of self unraveling as she became one with the nightmarish symphony. The line between reality and delusion blurred, and she felt herself slipping away into the abyssal void. Suddenly, with a jarring halt, the carousel came to a stop. Eva's surroundings shifted, and she found herself standing alone in the pitch-black darkness of the carnival tent. The haunting melody had ceased, replaced by an eerie silence that seemed to stretch into eternity. Eva's breath hitched as she realized she had escaped the clutches of the abyssal carousel. Her heart pounded in her chest, and she stumbled towards the exit, desperate to escape the horrors she'd witnessed. As she emerged from the tent, the first rays of dawn pierced the horizon, bathing the carnival grounds in a pale, ethereal light. The townsfolk began to gather, their faces a mixture of curiosity and concern. They had heard the rumors, seen the darkness that clung to the abyssal carousel, yet Eva stood before them, a living testament to the terrors that lay within. Her haunted eyes and trembling voice recounted the horrors she had experienced, a warning to all who dared to seek the thrill of the unknown. And so, The Abyssal Carousel remained, a cursed and enigmatic attraction that continued to draw the daring and the foolish alike. Its true nature remained shrouded in mystery, a dark secret that whispered of unspeakable horrors lurking just beneath the surface. Those who ventured too close would forever be changed, their souls forever entwined with the malevolent forces that called the Abyssal Carousel home. Temporal Echoes. In the year 2147, Dr. Eleanor Price had successfully cracked the code to time travel. It was hailed as a groundbreaking achievement that promised to reshape the course of humanity's history. With her team of dedicated scientists, Eleanor built a device known as the Temporal Conduit. It was a massive, metallic chamber that hummed with energy, standing as a gateway to the past. Eleanor was the first to step through the conduit. The air crackled with anticipation as she emerged on the other side, her surroundings twisting and warping. She found herself in a quaint Victorian-era town, but something felt wrong. Shadows danced menacingly along the cobblestone streets, and the atmosphere was thick with a palpable sense of dread. Eleanor quickly realized that she was not alone. A figure, shrouded in darkness, approached her. Its eyes gleamed with an otherworldly intensity, and its voice seemed to reverberate through her mind. "Welcome, Dr. Price," the figure hissed. "You've trespassed into the realms beyond time, a place where the past and future converge. But be warned, your actions have consequences, and the threads of time are fragile." Eleanor's heart raced as she struggled to comprehend the entity's words. It spoke of temporal anomalies and distortions that threatened to unravel the very fabric of existence. The figure offered her a chilling choice: return to her time and seal the conduit forever, or venture deeper into the enigmatic realm of time. Eleanor's curiosity got the better of her, and she chose to explore further. Each leap through time revealed more disturbing scenes, echoes of forgotten tragedies and horrors that had been buried by the sands of time. In ancient battlefields, she witnessed soldiers being consumed by a relentless darkness. In futuristic landscapes, she saw cities reduced to rubble by unknown catastrophes. As she traveled, Eleanor began to experience inexplicable phenomena. She saw glimpses of herself at different points in her journey, each version haunted by a growing sense of dread. The figure she encountered warned her that the temporal echoes were closing in, threatening to erase her very existence. Eleanor's desperate attempts to escape the temporal echoes proved futile. She found herself trapped in a nightmarish labyrinth of swirling timelines, her mind unraveling as past, present, and future collided. She saw visions of her own life, distorted and twisted, as if the threads of her existence were being pulled apart. In a final desperate act, Eleanor made a choice. She retraced her steps to the moment of her first journey and sealed the conduit, sacrificing her ability to return to her time. The figure she had encountered nodded in approval, revealing itself to be a guardian of time, entrusted with maintaining the delicate balance between past and future. Eleanor Price became a legend, a cautionary tale whispered through the ages. The temporal conduit remained sealed, a silent sentinel guarding against the dangers of meddling with time. The horror she witnessed, the temporal echoes that had haunted her, became a part of the tapestry of history, a reminder of the fragility of existence. And so, the town from which Eleanor had first emerged remained frozen in time, a haunting reminder of the consequences of her actions. Shadows danced along the cobblestone streets, and an eerie silence enveloped the once quaint Victorian town, forever trapped in a loop of temporal despair. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more content just like this. Until next time, stay curious